A desperate mother deceived her daughter, and the outcome was painful and heartbroken. Once upon a time, in the heart of a small African kingdom, there lived three young best friends named Ajoke, Ife, and Bisi. They were born around the same time, same day, and same year. Their parents, especially their mothers, became close after their birth. The three young beauties grew up doing everything happily together. Their mothers were very happy to see the strong bond between their daughters. Most of the villagers envy and admire their friendship. Look at them. They look so beautiful together. One would mistake them for blood sisters. Some of the villagers will say whenever they see them playing and laughing on their way to the village stream. Just like everyone has their own special charms and flaws, these three beauties were not exempted. As they grew older, a lot of things started unfolding. Their qualities and talents were becoming more visible to the people. Ajoke emerged as the leader. With her fiery spirit and unwavering determination, she always stood in for Ife and Bisi whenever they faced trials and challenges. Ife possessed a magnetic charm that drew people to her like a butterfly to a flame. Her infectious laughter and her bright smile can light up any room. Bisi, the most gentle of the three beauties, possessed a wisdom beyond her years. She's very careful with words, and she listens very carefully before giving her opinion. Together, they walked through the streets of their neighborhood, their laughter echoing through the village square. They always sit under the tree, gisting and creating lovely memories. Life seemed perfect in the simple things they do together. Their friendship, a beacon of light. But as they kept growing, the winds of change swept through their lives, threatening to uproot the foundation they had built. It all started one calm evening when Ajoke's mother sat her down and began to feed her heart with hatred for her friends, all because she wanted her to marry the son of the village head who just returned from the United States and showed interest in Ife. Ajoke and Bisi were extremely happy for their friend until that evening when Ajoke's mother turned her against her beloved friends. "Ajoke, my daughter," her mother called her. "Yes, mother. Is there something you want me to do for you?" "Yes, my brave daughter. Please sit down here. I need to talk to you." "Okay, mother." Ajoke joyfully sat beside her mother as she waited patiently for her to begin her lecture. "Ajoke, don't you think you should be the one getting married to Dayo?" Ajoke was confused. She looked at her mother straight in the face and asked her what she meant by that. "Sorry, mother. I don't understand what you mean by I should be the one getting married to Dayo. I'm sure you know very well that Dayo never showed any interest in me but Ife, and I'm very happy for them." Her mother smiled and told her to be wise. "My daughter Ajoke, you need to be smart. Open your eyes and see what is right in front of you. Your friends have been using you all this while, seeing that you love them more than yourself. Tell me, why hasn't any reasonable man found interest in you? Or you think you can only be attracted to a village drunk?" Iya Bisi and Iya Ife are very proud of their daughters for bringing wealthy men home. "Tell me, Ajoke, can I say the same thing about you?" The answer is no. Now let me open your eyes to the things you can't see. Ife and Bisi don't mean well for you at all. They are only pretending. Dayo wanted you, but Ife decided to win him over with the help of Bisi and her boyfriend, who happened to be Dayo's friend. They label you the bad one among them and how you run after the village drunk. Ajoke, who was already losing her patience, stood up and asked her mother to stop. "Mother, please stop saying all this about my sisters. Ife and Bisi would never do anything like this. We love each other so much and we wish each other nothing less than the best. So tell me, mother, where did you get all this information from?" Her mother smiled again and told her that a friend of hers went to Dayo's house to see his mother, and she accidentally overheard Dayo and Ife's boyfriend's conversation. She went on to tell her how she had seen Ife and Bisi secretly doing things together without her. "Listen, my daughter, those two are not your friends. You need to reclaim what belongs to you. Don't allow them use you again. Wake up, Ajoke, my daughter." Ajoke, who was already consumed by her mother's lies, asked her how she was supposed to win Dayo's heart now that he's planning to marry Ife. Her mother told her not to worry, that she would guide her on how to go about the whole plan. Few days later, Ajoke went to see her friends at their usual spot. This time, she was not the same Ajoke they knew from childhood. She was a young woman whose heart was consumed by jealousy and hatred for her friends. All she wanted was to see her friends suffered. She pretended to be happy for Ife, who kept telling them how Dayo promised to take her abroad after their wedding, and how he got her beautiful things from one of the biggest shopping malls in town. This made Ajoke even more angry that she had to excuse herself away from her friends. When she got home, she told her mother that she was ready and she wants everything to be done as fast as possible. Her mother stood up and asked her to follow her. She took her to a native doctor who prepared a very strong charm for her. After giving her the charm, he gave her a very strong warning. Now listen very carefully. This charm is very effective. Make sure no one sees it, especially the young man in question. Ajoke told him that she was going to be very careful. "But Baba, what will happen if someone sees the charm?" Ajoke asked the native doctor. "Madness!" he shouted. "You will lose your sense of reasoning as soon as the victim breaks free from the spell. Young woman, do you still want to proceed?" Ajoke looked at her mother with fear written all over her face. Her mother gave her assurance to go ahead, that nothing would go wrong. She turned to the native doctor and told him that she would do it. The old man asked her to apply the powder given to her as soon as she gets home. After that, she can pay Dayo a visit. Ajoke asked him what will happen after that. He laughed out so loud and told her that Dayo won't be able to resist her after her first visit. He will go against everyone for her sake. But remember, this charm will only remain effective if he did not see it. When Ajoke and her mother got home, she quickly applied the powder nicely on her face, making her looking extremely beautiful. She went straight to Dayo's house. On her way, she met Bisi, who was totally speechless after seeing Ajoke's makeup. "Wow, AJ, you look absolutely gorgeous. Tell me, my darling sister, what's the occasion?" Ajoke smiled and told Bisi not to worry, that she would know soon. "Really? AJ, we have never hidden anything from each other. We've always shared our good and bad moments together. We support each other with love no matter what. So tell me, why does it seem like you are distancing yourself from Ife and I? Did we do anything wrong?" Ajoke looked at Bisi and gave her a mischievous smile. My friend, the wisest of us all. Don't stress your pretty head, darling. I have to run along now. I have a very important appointment with someone special. I will see you guys later." Ajoke left as Bisi stood speechless, looking at her. She couldn't comprehend what was really going on with Ajoke. What happened to her suddenly? I hope she's not brainwashed by some stranger. When Ajoke got to Dayo's house, she met him and his friend Ade sitting under the tree in their compound. Immediately Dayo sighted Ajoke, he lost control of himself. "Oh my, who am I seeing? A goddess or human? You look so beautiful, girl. Ajoke smiled shyly as she put her face down. Ade couldn't say a word. He was just looking at Dayo, who has completely lost it. Ajoke greeted them and walked away as if she was there to see someone else. As soon as she left, Ade hit Dayo, who was still watching her as she whined her waist with pride. Control yourself, Dayo. What has come over you? Lusting after your fiancé best friend? You are so shameless. Dayo told him that he has no fiancé and he will go to any length to make Ajoke fall in love with him. Ade couldn't believe his ears. Was he dreaming? Is Dayo under a spell or what? This is not him talking. He was still thinking when Dayo stood up and went after Ajoke. Ade called him, but he didn't even turn back. On his way to Ajoke's house, he met Ife, who asked him where he was rushing to. My love, where are you going? It seems you are in a hurry. Can I accompany you? Dayo didn't even say a word as he kept going. Ife was surprised to see him behave that way. She decided to follow him quietly and see what was going on. Dayo went straight to Ajoke's house. When he got there, he met her mother sitting outside. He greeted her and asked her where Ajoke was. She looked at him and asked him if everything was okay. Dayo, I hope all is well. Why are you looking for my daughter? Did she do something wrong? Dayo responded with a smile. No, ma'am. I just want to have a word with her. She told him to go inside, if that was the case. Dayo went in and saw Ajoke lying down in the living room. She quickly sat up when she saw Dayo. Dayo, you are here. I hope there's no problem. Dayo told her everything was fine, that he was just there to have a word with her. Few minutes later, Ife also came in. As Iya Ajoke asked her to go in, that Dayo was also there to see Ajoke. As soon as Ife stepped in, he saw Dayo kneeling down, pleading with Ajoke to accept him. Ife couldn't control herself. She stood in front of Dayo, asking him what he was doing. Dayo, what is happening here? Did I just hear you asking Ajoke, my best friend, to marry you? No, this must be a misunderstanding. I'm sure I didn't hear you well. Dayo stood up and asked Ife who she was and who gave her the right to question him. Ajoke, seeing that things were getting out of hand, decided to calm the situation. Ife, please calm down. I'm sure something is wrong. Dayo, this is Ife, my best friend, and your fiancé. You both are getting married in 2 weeks. Why are you in my house preaching love to me? No way! I don't know this young woman, and I'm not getting married to anyone in 2 weeks, except you are ready to marry me in 2 days. Ife was speechless as she opened her mouth and eyes in shock, while crying bitterly. She ran out of the house. As Iya Ajoke asked her what happened, she left without saying a word. Iya Ajoke went inside and saw Dayo pleading with Ajoke to give him a chance. Her mother looked at her with that look of, why are you still holding back? Just say yes already. Ajoke ignored her mother and asked Dayo to go home and tell his parents why he's no longer interested in marrying Ife. Dayo left and promised to be back. Before Iya Ajoke could say a word, Ajoke asked her to calm down already, that she was taking the whole thing too fast. That evening, the three best friends met in their usual spot. When they got there, Ife's eyes were all swollen as she kept crying. Bisi asked her to stop crying, that everything would be fine. Ajoke told them that she doesn't know what was wrong with Dayo. Really, Ajoke? Are you very sure that you don't know what is going on? You've been acting strange lately. And now this. Ade told me you went to Dayo's house with the makeup I saw you with earlier today. And the outcome wasn't funny at all. Tell us, AJ, what are you up to? Ajoke smiled and told them that it's not her fault that Dayo is in love with her. After all, it's me he has always wanted before Ife seduced him. What did you just say, Ajoke? I seduced Dayo? Me? Why will I do that? If truly he wanted you, why did he propose marriage to me? Why did he went to see my parents? Just tell me you have used charm on my Dayo. I know he truly loves me. Calm down, both of you. I never imagined a day like this will ever come in our lives. Once upon a time, we used to be so close that everyone wanted to be like us. But today, the story has changed. Listen to me, my dear sister Ajoke. You must desist from seeing Dayo. Tell him you are not interested in anything he wants from you. Ajoke laughed and told them to wake up already because she was also in love with Dayo. You can think or say whatever you want. I do not care. As for this so-called friendship, I'm no longer your friend. I can't be friends with people who do not care one bit about me or what I want. You, Bisi, and your so-called boyfriend, Ade, told Dayo so many bad things about me, advising him to go for Ife instead of me. Bisi was surprised to hear all this from Ajoke. No, AJ, that's not true. We didn't do anything like that. Please come back to your senses, AJ. This is not good for us. That is your business. All I know is that I'm done with this fake friendship. And if you must know, Dayo and I are getting married soon. You guys are free to attend our wedding. From that day, Ajoke declared Ife and Bisi her enemies. Dayo was able to convince his parents, who later gave him their consent to marry Ajoke. On the day of their marriage, Ajoke was getting ready as she excused her friends who were dressing her up and went into her mother's bedroom to apply the powder given to her by the native doctor. When Dayo came to check if she was ready, she was not in her room. He decided to check her mother's room. Ajoke was about putting the charm back when Dayo walked in. Out of fear, she dropped the charm on the floor. Immediately Dayo saw the charm. He was free from her spell as he began to ask what he was doing in Ajoke's house. As soon as Dayo was free, Ajoke was struck with madness. She started shouting and ran outside. Dayo followed her and was asking her why she was shouting. Ajoke fell on the ground and started confessing to everyone that it was her mother that took her to the native doctor who gave her the charm she used on Dayo. When she was done talking, she ran off into the village square and everyone turned to her mother with their mouths wide open. Dayo went straight to Ife's house and apologized to her. He also told her everything that happened. Ife was surprised to hear that Ajoke actually used charm on Dayo. She hugged him as both of them started crying. Iya Ajoke was banished from the land for her evil deeds. Ife and Bisi took Ajoke to different native doctors so she can be treated, but none of them were able to revive her. The two friends felt so bad seeing Ajoke in that condition, but there was nothing they could do to help her. Few weeks later, Ife and Dayo got married and traveled abroad. Bisi decided to leave the village for some time and Ajoke was left to her fate. Alright guys, this brings us to the end of the story of the three best friends. Drop your comments in the comment section and tell us what you think about the story. What did you learn from this story? Who do you think was actually the problem in this story? Drop your comment guys and let's hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe for more interesting videos and also turn on the bell so you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you. See you guys in my next video. Bye for now.